All right, friends, we are starting Yogalates. Go ahead and get to the mat where you can see me. We're actually going to start kind of mellow today. Just come down into table pose when you get over to your mat, all right? So remember, please modify as needed. Please take things slow. Please use your breath. I encourage in the nose and either out the mouth or out the nose, but you just breathe freely, whatever feels good to you, okay? Remember, this class is about movement, all right? So you don't need to be a yogi or familiar with mat Pilates. You need to just listen to my cueing. You need to listen to your body, and we need to stretch, all right? It's all about the mobility. Let's find our breath. Come into table pose. Draw your abs in tight. Let's take our first big breath in the nose and come down to cow. Lift the head up high, arch your back down, pull the shoulder blades back, but keep your arms straight. On your exhale, up to cat. Draw your abs in, tuck your chin, look at your belly button, round the shoulders, really squeeze the abs in high and press into your mat. Here we go. Inhale to cow. Keep trying to get higher and lower. Shake the hips side to side, move that stretch around. And on your breath, up to cat. Exhale. Round the shoulders, tuck the chin. Really, really draw the abs in. Inhale to cow. Lift the head high. We're going to do about 5 cycles. Keep trying to get higher and lower. Find your breath. Here we go. Up to cat. Exhale. Empty the abdomen. Draw the abs in tight. Round the back and shoulders. Inhale to cow. Here we go, 2 more cycles, guys. Up to cat, exhale. Squeeze your glutes in, press into your mat. Inhale to cow, lift the head high, pull the shoulders back, stick your butt out. 1 more time, here we go. Exhale, cat. And release, inhale to cow. Let's get off of the shoulders, feet together, knees out wide, sink back, child's pose. Let's stretch the quads, decompress the low back. Stretch your arms out in front of you as far as you can. Reach through the fingers, push your chest head towards your mat, keep your butt to your heels, get as deep into your mat as you can. 3 breaths to start. We're gonna add in a little twisting with this in a second. Keep folding back deep as you can. Make sure your feet are nice and flat. We're stretching the top of the feet and ankles. Let's take 1 more breath. You should have those arms stretched out in front of you as far as you can. I want you to take your left palm up, and we're going to push our chest down onto our shoulder, and we're just going to bring that right arm up. If you need to bring your butt up a little bit, it will probably help you to feel a little more stable. So left hand is down in front with the palm up. We're pushing our chest down. Doing kind of a combination here. I'm making up new poses. Turn your head, look up, your right arm with your palm forward. Reach behind you, but keep your chest pushed down on the top of that left shoulder. Should feel a nice stretch in the lats. The lat behind the shoulder blade and shoulder of that left arm. We're also adding in some good rotation in the thoracic spine and low back. 2 more breaths. Just a little thread the needle variation. 1 more breath. Reach back. Okay, bring that right arm down and slide with the palm up. That right arm out in front of you. Push your chest down. On your breath, bring that left arm up. Make sure your palm is facing forward, the same direction that you're looking as you reach up through your fingers and behind you. Open your fingers really wide. Open the hands up. Push down as you twist and reach behind you. 2 more breaths. On those exhales, we're twisting, reaching a little bit further each time. 1 more nice big breath. Okay, perfect. Come back to table pose, and we're going to go right into cobra. Head chest high, flex your hips forward. Remember, if cobra is too much on your low back, just take it down to your elbows and lift your head chest up. Pull your shoulders back, squeeze your glutes, flex your hips into your mat. 3 breaths. Abs in tight. Get as tall as you can. Feeling that great stretch. Hip flexors all up through the abdomen. One more breath. Reach the head, chest up high. Perfect. Come back to table pose. Extend your right leg back. Let's go right into dorsiflexion. We're going to press the heel back and just stretch the Achilles tendon, soleus, the whole calf complex. 3 breaths. Plant your arms firmly. Push your heel back towards the floor. Really get that nice stretch on the back of the ankle and leg. 2 more breaths. Abs are in tight always. We're breathing into our stretches. 1 more breath. Keep pressing that heel back firmly. Bring that right knee under the hip. We're going to go right into circling fire hydrants. So we're going to take it up a notch. We start in mellow and we're mixing in some of our more dynamic stretches and movements. Keep your knee bent at 90 degrees. We're going to abduct or externally rotate the hip, fire hydrant, and we're going to circle back, down and under, keeping the knee bent at 90 degrees. When you keep the knee bent at 90 degrees, it focuses all the movement and range of motion through the hip, which is what we are trying to do. Nice and slow. Remember, slow, fluid, controlled movements. Every inch of this flow is with purpose. Abs are in tight. Inhale up, squeeze, exhale, back, down, and under. Let's do 2 or 3 more. Keep trying to get higher into your fire hydrant. 2 more. Lucky number 7. 1 more. Nice big circling fire hydrant. And then we're going to go right into pigeon. So we just really warmed up that right hip. Step your left foot back, cross that right leg under. I always have a pigeon in here somehow, some variation. This is a really great stretch. So remember, don't roll to your side. You want to keep this little space between your outer right glute and hip. And we're going to slide that left leg back as straight and as flat as you can get it. Once you get there, if you feel like you can go deeper, fold down into your mat. I'm going to turn the music up just a little bit. I hope that is not going to be overpowering to my voice. We'll find out. Got to have that music. It's so important for this energy, I feel like. 2 more breaths. Make sure you're feeling that great stretch. Outer right glute and hip. 1 more click up. Last breath. Okay, big vinyasa flow right here. Bring the back left knee off the ground. Draw the right leg back. Here we go. Vinyasa power flow chaturanga. We slowly hover down. Let the knees come down first, and then your stomach with control. Press high into cobra. Squeeze the glutes. Reach to the ceiling. That is the second 2 steps of vinyasa. Take it back, child's pose. Hold back deep. Let's give the wrists a break. See if we can get deeper. Stretch the arms out in front of you as far as you can. Get all the way out on those fingertips. Push your chest towards the mat. Make sure your hands are nice and wide. Let's take the arms out wider than the shoulders. Open the palms up. Really reach out through the fingers. 2 breaths. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Get as flat in your mat as you can. Oh, there's a nice little pop out of my upper back. I've needed that. 1 more breath into it. Move around if you want. Remember, this is not set in stone stuff. Play around with these poses. Okay, come to table pose. Same sequence, left side. We started with our heel press, all right? Dorsiflexion. We're stretching, lengthening the back of the ankle and calf. Press that left heel back. Abs in tight. We're firm in the arms. 2 more breaths. Keep your leg as straight as you can. You got to really keep that knee straight. 1 more breath, pressing that heel back to the floor. Come to table pose. Our fire hydrant sequence. Here we go, abs in tight. Keep the left knee bent at 90 degrees, abduct up into fire hydrant. Circle back, down and under. Abs in tight. Take them slow. Squeeze at the highest point of your fire hydrant for a second or 2 before you come back down. Nice and fluid. Warming those glutes up so we can get that nice deeper stretch underneath. You know, that piriformis muscle really deep underneath the glutes. If you got tight glutes, you're not going to be able to get underneath into those deeper layers of muscle like the piriformis to stretch them. So we have to activate as we stretch. That's why we mix stretches in and out of these activation exercises. The more fluidity we get in those more superficial muscles, the deeper and the better stretch we can get on those lower layer muscles. One more fire hydrant. Big squeeze up, circle, back down, and good. Come to table pose. Extend that right leg back, cross the left leg under to pigeon. All right, pigeon or figure four. Follow the same steps. Don't roll to your side. Think about where we're supposed to be feeling that stretch. Slide the right leg back, flat as you can get it. Top side of the foot down, and fold down into it if you feel able. Remember, nothing past an 8 of discomfort. 3 breaths. Hang on to it here. 2 more breaths. We got to give it time. We're stretching the back of the hips right now. We're going to go to the front of the hips next, and we're going to add in some dynamic movement to the hips and low back with that. Okay, hands under the shoulders. Go ahead and just come to table pose. Just put your hands on, or weight on your hands so you can sit yourself up. We're going to start in forward low lunge. Step your left foot forward. Let's keep the arms down for now. Head, chest up high. Make sure you have a nice 90-degree or more angle at that front knee. Keeping the head, chest up. In fact, look up and behind you. That'll help force you to keep your head, chest up. Arms can be to your sides or on your front left thigh like I have them. And we're stretching those back hip flexors like we've done many times in the past with our forward low lunge pose. We're going to do a sequence of revolving triangle, essentially, but we're going to do it in mid lunge, excuse me. 2 more breaths. Keep leaning those hips down and forward. Hip flexors are another big, really the front and the back of the hips are kind of really a main driver for a lot of our movements, and it's where most of our tightness stems from. Keep the front and the back of your hips stretched well. You'll probably relieve a lot of other aches and pains you get, like in the knees or even up into your spine. Okay, let's start with right hand to the floor. Bring the back right knee off the floor and make sure you feel really strong. That back right leg needs to be pressed back firmly on your breath. Bring the left arm up. Reach up and back behind you as far as you can. 3 breaths. Try to keep the arms in a straight line. Make sure your top left hand, the palm is forward. Turn your head, look up. Your left arm. 2 breaths. Take them slow. Twisting, reaching back a little bit more with each exhale. Last breath. Good. Bring the left hand down somewhere to join your right and rotate your right arm up. Here we go, revolving triangle and mid-lunge. We're not making a triangle shape necessarily, but we're going through all the motions here. 2 more breaths. Flatten your back out, reach behind you, big, strong pose. Let's take 1 more breath, guys. Here we go. Good. Bring the right hand down. Let's give those legs a break. Drop the back knee slowly. Bring that left leg back. Sink into our recovery position, child's pose. Another happy place. Fold back. Sink down. 3 breaths. We're restoring, recovering. Take the energy all the way back down to 0. In the nose, out the mouth or out the nose. Nice, big, long, deep belly breaths. 2 more. Stretch your arms out in front of you. 1 more nice big breath. Okay, we got to do the other side. Sit up tall, high hero pose. Bring the right leg forward next. Keep the arms down. Head, chest tall. Look up and behind you. Lean your hips forward. Once you get to your sticking point, 3 breaths past it. In the nose, out. Great, hip flexor stretch quads a little bit. Let's take one more breath into it before we go into that big, strong pose. Of course, you can always keep that back knee down. If you don't want to go to mid lunge, you can stay in low lunge. Take the left hand to the floor under your chest shoulder somewhere where you feel strong. Go ahead and bring that back left knee off the floor. Make sure you feel strong in your legs before you rotate on your breath. Right arm up, on your breath. Palm forward. Try to keep the arms in a nice straight line and then move through your trunk and hips. Open the palm wide, reach up through your fingers, turn your head and look up your arm. 2 breaths, reach it behind you and to the sky. One more breath before we revolve to triangle. Okay, on your breath, bring the right hand down, take a breath in on your exhale, left arm up. Flatten your back out. Ooh, very challenging on the core, big strong pose. You can take that back knee down anytime you need to. Full body effort here to hold this position. 2 breaths. One more breath. Ooh, bring the left hand down, drop that back left knee slowly. Draw your right leg back to our recovery position, child's pose. Let's restore. After that big strong pose, 3 breaths, sink back. We're always getting deeper into our child's pose as we go through our flow. Shake the hips side to side, roll the knees if you want. As flat as you can, stretch those arms out. One more breath. And now when we sit up, have a seat on your butt by just swinging your legs out in front of you. And we're gonna already take it down flat, so make sure you have room behind you. Unroll the spine down using your abs, or go to your side if your low back doesn't like that. And pretty much like I always do, now that we're flat, we're gonna decompress and open up the whole body. Go to good morning stretch. Boy, this microphone likes to slowly migrate into my mouth. Sorry for all this muffling. Reach back through the fingers, reach down through your toes. Get as long as you can. Open your whole body. 3 breaths. We're gonna get the hips and knees moving. And we need to stretch the hamstrings. We've neglected the hamstrings today. We can't do that. We're gonna start in bicycle. Bring the left knee into your chest. Push your chest into your left knee. Bring your right leg slightly off the floor and reach down through your toes. Hug that left knee as firmly as you can into your chest. Squeeze your abs. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, pedal. Exhale as you hug the knee, squeeze the abs, and reach down through those left pointed toes. 2, 1, and pedal on your breath. 3, 2, 1, on your breath, pedal. 3, 2, 1, pedal. Keep the flow going with your breath. Inhale, pedal. Exhale, hug and reach. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, pedal. Exhale, hug and reach. Here we go, pedal. We're gonna do one more on each side. Inhale, pedal. Exhale, hug, reach, squeeze the abs. If your neck needs a break, put your head down anytime. Last one, inhale, pedal. Exhale, hug and reach. 3, 2, 1. Keep your right knee to your chest. Relax your head down. Let your left leg come to the floor. We're going to go ahead and go right into our single lying hip twist. Take the right arm out to your side with your palm up right from the shoulder. Turn your head and look down your right arm. And And then take that right knee over to the left. Keep it bent at 90 degrees. Find your sticking point. And then let's take our classic 3 breaths past it. Every week we have to work through our sticking points. 2 breaths. One more breath into your single lying hip twist. Come back over your hip. Extend that right knee down straight, right leg down straight. Bring the left leg up. Follow the same steps. Left arm out to your side with your palm up. Turn your head. Look down your left arm. Take that left knee over slowly. Remember, each day is different. Each side of the body is different. Each body is different. We all move differently. Take things slow, modify as needed, work within your range of motion, nothing past an 8 of discomfort when we stretch. Never pain, only discomfort. 2 breaths. Ooh, there's the adjustment I was looking for. One more breath. Boy, it's amazing how much better you feel when you get those adjustments out. Okay, come back to center. Hug both knees firmly into your chest. Get your tailbone to lift off the floor. We're going to go right into scissor position. Scissor those hamstrings out. Okay, right leg down straight, slightly off the floor. Left leg up straight as high as you can over the hip. And remember, if you cannot get your leg up straight 90 degrees at the hip, it means you have shortened, tight, overactive hamstrings. You need to stretch those because that will lead to a lot of other problems in the lumbopelvic hip complex, anywhere from your hips to your knees to your spine. Big power muscle. Reach above the knees. If you need to crunch up to get above the knees, you can. You got to grab as high above the knees as you can. Relax your head down and pull that straight leg back towards your chest and head without bending the knee. Reach through your bottom toes. Let's take 3 breaths. Pulling back a little bit deeper. You can keep your head down. I'm going to crunch forward. I'm going to squeeze my abs in. I'm going to activate my abs while I stretch my hamstrings. 2 breaths. Pulling a little deeper on each exhale, a little further back. Really stretching those hamstrings out. 1 more breath. Flex your toes towards you on that top leg. That'll really lengthen the backside of everything. Last breath. Inhale, scissor. Bring the right leg up. Exhale. As you start pulling into the stretch, find your sticking point. Lock the knee as best as you can and flex your toes towards you on that top leg if you're able to. 3 breaths. And again, you can relax your head and neck anytime. You don't have to even have your head up with me. 2 breaths. Keep pulling and stretching carefully. Let's take 1 more breath into it. Yes, bring both knees to the chest. Relax your head and neck. Hug the knees firmly. Massage your back and spine side to side. Big deep belly breaths. Keep getting lots of oxygen in. 1 more breath. We're going to go into butterfly. Good. Take the bottoms of the feet together. Lying butterfly. Grab your toes. Push your knees out wide as you can with your elbows, keeping the bottoms of your feet together. Now pull your feet in towards your stomach area as you push those knees wide. 3 breaths. We're stretching the deep inner hip ligaments, the adductors, all those muscles up into the groin area, the top, the gracilis. 2 breaths. Let's take 1 more big breath into our lying butterfly stretch. Okay, let your feet drop down flat so your knees are bent and have your feet about hip width or a tad wider. Put your arms out to your sides with your palms down, and let's just oscillate the low back. We're going to start cooling down here, getting back into mellow. Double hip twists, we call these guys. Nice and easy. We're just rotating the knees side to side without letting the feet lift off the floor. They're gonna evert and invert. The sides are gonna lift up, but make sure they don't move around. Make sure they stay in place on the floor. Let those knees just rotate, trying to get that outer knee to touch the floor, and you're gonna try to get that inner knee to touch the inside of that opposite leg. As close as you can, nice and slow. Use your breath. Abs are in tight, of course, always. Breathe through them. Let's just do 2 more on each side. Keep trying to get a little further over. Just get some nice movement through the low back. 1 more time over. Oh, perfect. Extend your legs down straight. Bring your arms behind you. Let's just stretch the triceps and lats, upper back again. Just grab the back of that left elbow. Bend at your waist and pull that left arm over to the right behind the elbow. Stretching the triceps, lats where they insert behind the shoulder blade and rear deltoid. 2 breaths. 1 more breath, pulling over. Great, come back to center, extend the right arm straight, grab right behind your right elbow with the left hand, bend at your waist and pull to the left until you feel that stretch behind the arm and shoulder. Here we go, 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 more breath, pulling that right elbow over. Okay, great. Come back to your center. I'd like to ask you to sit up. Just go into a cross-legged position. We're going to end a little differently today. I'm feeling a lot of tension in my neck. I'm sure you guys are too, because we haven't done any neck stretches. So once you get cross-legged, I want you to sit up nice and tall. Draw the abs in. It's always a good habit to just kind of reach the crown of your head to the ceiling. It almost forces you to take that upright, good posture position. Let's take the left hand to the right head, and you're going to drop that right shoulder down. In fact, I want you to think about trying to touch your right elbow to the floor next to you as you gently assist your neck stretch over to the left. 3 breaths. Just let that right shoulder drop. Just think about pulling your right elbow to the floor as you gently pull the left. Please be very careful when we do neck stretches. 2 more breaths. Let's get those neck muscles stretched out. 1 more breath. Great. Come back to the center. Drop your left elbow towards the floor so that you feel your shoulder dropping down. Right hand to the left side of the head, and gently assist that stretch. Hit your sticking point, 3 breaths. And again, as we're pulling the head over carefully with the right hand, we're dropping that left elbow towards the floor. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. We're going to just do a couple of nice big full neck circles. Okay, come back to center. Just relax your hands on your knees. Tuck your chin to your chest. Let's go through our neck rolls. Left ear to left shoulder. Look up high to the sky. Right ear down to right shoulder. Chin back across the chest. 1 more time. Left ear to left shoulder. Inhale. Look high to the sky. Exhale, right ear down to right shoulder. Chin back to your chest, opposite direction. Right ear to right shoulder. Inhale. Look up high to the sky. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Chin back to the chest. 1 more time. Here we go. Inhale. Round up. Exhale. Round down. Come back to your chin or your chest, excuse me. Bring your head up. And I think that is where we're going to end our Yogalates flow today. I think that's a great spot, and it is that time. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me as always. Let me pause our recording for the